Infinitely many?
Well, who's the president of 2050?
I haven't lived that long.
Who's the next president?
I can't tell you that.
Jake the Film Guy, Microbudgeter.com. If you're new to this channel, you're going to learn tips and tricks for landing your 4- and 5-figure video production deals. Every other YouTube channel under the sun teaches you about gear, tech reviews, cinematography, sound, all good things. But we're going to talk about sales and marketing here. If you are brand new to starting a video production business, I highly recommend that you get a home-based business. Here are 5 reasons why you should consider a home-based business. Number 1, when you're starting out, you're broke as a joke, and you don't need to be springing for rent you can't afford. Mark Cuban said it much better than I did, or I ever will for that matter. When you take money from the bank, no matter how well or how poorly your business is doing, you can always bank on the bank collecting their due, month in and month out. So don't go into debt. The home-based business is light on the wallet. Number 2, to get a home-based business, you simply just need to have a dedicated space. It could be in any room. It could be in the living room, it could be in the kitchen, it could be in the garage. Throw a desk in a corner, put your laptop there, then you're good to go. In the eyes of the IRS, you've got your space necessary for your home-based business. Number 3, the home-based business is actually going to be something that you can do right now. You don't have to file any paperwork. You just get started. Yes, at some point when you have revenue coming in, you're going to need to get a license. I talk about that elsewhere. I'll link below in the description about when it's a good time for you to get the LLC. But to get started, you can just be a sole proprietor, meaning you're going to, just like with a single member LLC, have a pass-through entity where all of your profits and or losses are recorded on your normal 1040 when it comes time for taxes. With the home-based business, you just start working in your home. You might have local and even state restrictions for starting your business, but to get started, you just throw the table in that corner of the room that we talked about in step number 1. So there's no holdup, there's no time or barrier to entry in that regard. Savvy? Hey, if you're getting valuable information out of this video, go ahead and mash that subscribe button. I'll throw Scottish accents your way. More importantly, we'll talk about sales and marketing so that you can bootstrap your video production business and land those 4- and 5-figure jobs. Number 4, in the home-based business, you can absolutely show up in your PJs. No dress code necessary. In this day and age of the worldwide pandemic that we're living through, a lot of us are doing that anyways. But when the dust settles, as before, you'll just be able to go to work. Trust me, when you are doing a business, when you are running your own show, you're going to work more than the 9 to 5 like you would at a normal W-2 job. Excuse me, my tongue's getting tight. With the home-based business, you can choose your uniform. And if you want to do PJs from the couch, you certainly can. So the uniform is your choice. It's another reason why you should do the home-based business. I'd say number 5 on this list of reasons why you should have a home-based business, benefits of having a home-based business, are that you have no overhead. I already talked about the rent earlier. Well, specifically, not only do you have no overhead, but it's deductible. So really, I would say deductibility / no overhead. You're already going to pay rent and or your mortgage note every month, unless you own your home outright. Ooh, that'd be something. Now, having said that, your rent, because at a co-op or an office building where you might be leasing a space for an office, is something that is necessary and ordinary for the sake of doing business, that too is deductible. But with the home-based business, it's also deductible. So get out your tape measure and measure off that square area that makes up your home-based business. And then the IRS is going to want to know what that looks like. So not only do you have no overhead above and beyond what you already spend on your normal house note / rent and utilities, you can deduct a portion of your business on your taxes. Woohoo! Hey, I absolutely glad to have you on this channel. I hope that you're using these tools for constructive purposes. God's given you a talent, He's given you time, and He's definitely given you resources and people in your court so that you can use these tools for His glory and His glory alone. Film and video are being used for some really nasty things in this day and age, really nefarious things. And I hope you will partner with the light in a very dark world, especially when it comes to using these tools that we have to reach the masses, whether it's through fiction or nonfiction. I'm here with you, and I hope you'll do this for the glory of God. If you stuck around this long, I got 2 bonuses for you. Bonus tip number 1, with the home-based business, you don't even have to have your address on your business card. You can get the good old P.O. box. You can do it at the post office, you can do it at a UPS store. If you're not comfortable putting your address out there, that's okay. You don't have to use your address. There are other ways to have an official business address. You could also get the registered agent and use their address when you do your paperwork when it's time to get that LLC. You can get more information about that from your Secretary of State website. Number 2, in addition to having a pseudonym, for lack of better terms, to use as your address, a proxy address, you can use Google, Yelp, Facebook, all these wonderful review aggregator sites, just like you would with any other brick and mortar business location. Your home-based business, whether you use the P.O. box or your real address, I don't do that. I won't recommend it. But maybe you live in a gated community and you've got canine units patrolling the area and you feel comfortable flaunting your address for the world to see. Whatever the case may be, you can use these review aggregator sites for your home-based business just as if you were in a brick and mortar location down the street in the commercial zone. Being in a residential area doesn't limit you from being able to have your business on these sites so that you can start asking your customers to leave a solid review when you finish the work for them that you were commissioned to do.